Well, things aren't what they used to be. Foreign offshore banks are using the government to grab General Motors, cut it up in pieces. They're selling almost the entire company to the Russians, the Italians, the Chinese, the folks down in Brazil. And you're paying for it as taxpayers to have the companies spun off. Saturn, Hummer, it's all being hacked up in pieces. Chrysler's going to Fiat, and you're paying to have it shipped overseas. It's like you pay with tax rebates to companies to leave the United States. So that's why Blackwater and Halliburton and all these big patriotic, companies that had to have no-bid contracts during the Iraq War, they're defending America, red, white, and blue. So we'll go over all of that coming up as well. But it is June 7th, Sunday, June 7th, 2009. Let's talk facts here about how modern science that we know, developed in the 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th century, starting with Lord Malthus, Sir Malthus, saying that they needed to exterminate the majority of the British population and figure out how to spread plagues on them, how to put them in compact cities and kill them because the population was overpopulated. That was in 1750. Thereabouts that he first published. And then Darwin comes along and says the same thing. And then the social Darwinists pick up with that. And his cousin, Sir Francis Galton, comes out and creates the theory of eugenics, which the royals just loved, saying the elites are better bred and the masters of the planet, and the mere fact that they're in control gives them divine right of kings, that they got in control. And most of the Wedgwood, Galton, Darwin family would die. They'd have 5 sons and 4 of them would die because they were all intermarried. They were all marrying each other's first cousins because they thought they were the master race. So the scientific elite were all intermarrying for hundreds of years, just like the royalty was intermarrying. It's all delusions of grandeur. Totally mentally ill, like some, breed of German pointer dog or chow, it's been overbred. Just endlessly breeding the dog till it just sits there in the corner shaking and urinating on itself and yipping and yapping with delusions of grandeur. That's who runs things. Just inbred filth. And so by the 1890s, eugenics is adopted as law in England, law in the United States, law in France and Germany, and even Mexico. And by 1920, 34 states in the U.S., it's law. The police drop by with social workers, and people would say, I have a right to a trial. I have a right to a jury. You can't take me because I'm poor and sterilize me. You can't. And they would so they set up family courts and health departments. It was a doctor in a lab coat that came. And so they said, oh, yes, you have a Bill of Rights, but not when it's for medical reasons. And then the local uppities in the towns would say, yes, sterilize that white trash and sterilize those blacks and Mexicans and Chinese. And on the books, they took 500,000 white women. They took millions of blacks, but good records of that weren't kept. And they took the majority of the Native American population, still going on today, and they say, you want health care, we got to do a procedure, and they sterilize you. And then, see, a lot of people are listening right now all over the country going, yeah, there's too many people. Yeah. See, you've been taught that. And the issue is, when I'm going to tell you, here's the big kicker. You're being sterilized too, dummy. You're drinking sodium fluoride that attacks every gland in the body and attacks reproduction and massively increases cancer. Just Google cancer research sodium fluoride. You'll be reading U.S. government documents in the 1920s. That's where Hitler and Stalin got the idea to put it in the water. That's in Pulitzer Prize-winning books on World War II, that they would put it in the water supply. See, I know you were taught to laugh about it. I know it's funny. Yes, you've been drinking a deadly toxin, a deadly sedative. That's why. But you've got enough of your humanity left to listen to me. Listen to me carefully. You can shake off the drugs you're on. They forcibly medicate you through the water. They shoot you up with the mercury. Don't believe me? Just Google 3 times increase in Alzheimer's after 3 flu shots. You'll see government studies. They've increased the mercury in the flu shot. So, see, you're saying kill everybody in the black side or the Mexican side of town. You're saying kill, kill, kill because they're all gang member scum, just like you heard the woman earlier. But then you don't understand that when you really read the eugenics documents, they say we're going to sell the well-to-do and middle-class whites on doing this to blacks and others, but our real target is them, the eugenicist view, because they are of superior bloodline and may challenge our hegemonic world dictatorship. So we have to actually target most, just like a farmer would do, trimming the trees is the way they describe it. Bad sons, the little baby trees coming up underneath the tree, underneath the crepe myrtle or the oak. We have to kill most of them and then select the only best ones we want for interbreeding with ourselves. So see, you're driving around going, yeah, kill the Mexicans and blacks. But see, you don't know. You've already been hit by, write this down. Write this down as you drive down the road. Soft kill weapon. And when you get home today, if you still know how to type that in, and you're not too busy watching sports and acting tough, soft kill weapon. And you'll read Pentagon documents. Silent weapons for quiet wars. It's a very quiet war what they're doing to you right now. What they're doing to me. And the technocrats and most of the minions who are even in on this think they're immune. But you'll always notice a research scientist, somebody involved at higher levels who's got a big piece of the puzzle and knows what they're part of but still believes in it. You'll notice nothing but distilled water, nothing but organic food. They've engineered these foods by design. Every major GMO crop has been studied, and they are specifically selecting it to create different interactions in the body that sterilize all rodent populations, guinea pigs, rats, rabbits, doesn't matter. And that's why women are going sterile, men are going sterile. That's a fact. You're being hit and hit hard. And I'm sorry, laughing and giggling about it doesn't change it. That's why you're effeminate. That's why you look like women. Even if you try to run and exercise and lift weights, your testosterone's been massively reduced. You're under chemical and biological attack. That's why we're all turning in to ninnies. And the women are hyper feminine, and that's why they're getting breast cancer, which is generally hormonally triggered. You can look at those studies. Now, having your breast rot off painfully and dying isn't fun. You might want to end all your fake liberal and conservative baloney ideology. Because let me tell you something, the big secret. The real racists are smart, folks. They don't run around wearing white hoods and burning crosses. They act like loving liberals. That's why black high schools all over the country and elementary schools are called Margaret Sanger Elementary. I went to a predominantly black school in kindergarten by White Rock Lake, and it was Margaret Sanger Elementary. Big joke that her statues out front many of the black schools. It's a big joke. She called blacks subhuman that had to be exterminated. She called them weeds, animals. And you can read her famous letters to the big Procter & Gamble family foundation and the Colgates and others, where she's saying, yes, we've got to pose as if we're liberals that love the blacks, and we're going to break up their families and pay their women not to have men in the houses, and we're going to drug them, and we're hiring all these black leaders and black doctors so they'll trust us and take the injections. Oh, yeah, you can Google that and read it online, but don't just believe that. Send off to the different universities, the main ones in Missouri, and get actual photocopies of it from the library. Have that come in the mail to you and open it up from the university archives and read it like we did for Endgame when I made that film. And then know it for yourself. And then you get upset if you're a talk show host telling about this and you're riding down the road getting made fun of by other talk show hosts. See, because then it's not funny anymore. Then you're not in Kansas anymore. Then it's not all a big joke anymore, see? Now, when we come back, I'm going to keep rolling with this information, then your calls and a bunch of news on the economy and a lot more coming up. Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com are the websites. Stay with us.